Welcome back to My Life on a GLP-1. This is the podcast where we talk about all of the weird, wonderful, and kooky lived experiences while taking these amazing weight loss medications. I'm your host, Scott Johnson, and with me as always is the wonderful Sarah.
It's great to be here, Scott.
So Sarah, I think my phone decided I have a critical deficiency in willpower. Every other ad in my social media feed is a shake, a bar, or a gummy, and each one has the letters GLP-1 stamped on the front like a badge of honor.
Oh, I know that feeling. The algorithm has definitely figured us out. It's like a whole new world of marketing opened up overnight.
It's gone beyond the algorithm. I confess, last month I paid actual money for a bag of metabolic support chips. I opened the ingredients list expecting some kind of scientific breakthrough.
And let me guess, it was a heavily guarded secret formula.
Potatoes, oil, and salt. The same three ingredients in every bag of chips, since chips were invented. This time they were just wearing a lab coat and charging me $2 extra for the costume. And that's our topic today, the GLP-1 gold rush, and this phenomenon I've started calling the Ozempic tax.
The Ozempic tax, I love that. It's so true. It's the premium you pay for a product to acknowledge your existence as a new target market.
Exactly. And it's happening because these medications have fundamentally rewired how a lot of us think about food. For me, the biggest change wasn't just smaller portions. It was walking through a grocery store without feeling like every aisle was staging a small emotional ambush.
That emotional ambush, I know exactly what you mean. The bakery still smells incredible, but the urgency is gone. I'm not thinking about my next meal every 20 minutes.
Right. And that's fantastic news for us, but it's considerably less fantastic news for companies that profit when we buy more food out of habit or boredom. So instead of fighting it, they're attaching themselves to it.
Which brings us back to the Ozempic tax. Let's define it. It's not a real line item on a receipt. It's that invisible markup that appears the second an ordinary product gets rebranded for people on these medications.
It's when a simple protein shake becomes a GLP-1 support shake. And if you got a copy of my latest book, Still on a GLP-1, there is a funny chapter about how a simple protein shake literally broke me. But seriously, I recently saw a bottle of flavored water being sold as a metabolic hydration system.
Or a frozen chicken bowl becomes a medication-friendly meal. The ingredients are rarely different, but the price always finds room to grow.
Are we all falling for this trap? This raises the big question. Do people on GLP-1s actually need special food? I mean, when your appetite drops, the food you do eat matters more. Protein, hydration, and fiber definitely need more attention.
Right, but none of that requires a specialty aisle at the grocery store. It might just require eggs, or Greek yogurt, or a plain old rotisserie chicken.
Honestly, some of the most useful foods on my own journey have been the least glamorous. We're talking cottage cheese, canned tuna, scrambled eggs. Not one of them needed a certification or a spokesperson in a white coat pointing at a diagram of my digestive system.
To be fair, sometimes those products are genuinely helpful. On days when just chewing a full meal feels like an unreasonable request from upper management, a protein shake is practical.
Absolutely. Convenience has real value. The trouble starts when a company slaps GLP-1 language on that shake and expects a premium just for recognizing you as a customer. The best thing to do is just flip the bottle around. Check the protein, check the sugar, and compare the price to the one sitting right next to it.
It's the same with the frozen meals. A smaller meal with a good protein count is useful when you have a reduced appetite in no time. I get it. But the nutrition label tells the real story, not the fancy art on the box.
I have a simple test for this. I ask myself, would I still buy this meal if the GLP-1 language were removed? If the answer is no, I might be paying for reassurance rather than nutrition.
That's a great test. And then there's the really emotional stuff, like collagen powders that promise to rescue your cheeks from so-called Ozempic face.
Right. If you lose a significant amount of weight, Your face is going to look different. It's attached to the rest of your body that has also changed. Collagen isn't a magic eraser for that reality.
And don't even get me started on the supplement aisle. They have never met an insecurity they couldn't sell back to you in a bottle. Now they have a whole new audience. There are products for digestion, energy, muscle retention, all dressed up for this specific moment.
Look, I've dealt with constipation and fatigue on this journey. I get the temptation. But often, a product marketed for GLP-1 digestive support is just fiber or magnesium, which you can buy for far less money, and a conversation with your doctor always beats advice from a social media ad.
What bothers me most isn't that these products exist. It's the implied message that success is impossible without them. People are already managing huge prescription costs and insurance battles. They don't need the added pressure that they also have to buy special shakes and special meals.
It turns healthcare into an unwanted subscription service, and it creates anxiety. Am I eating the right GLP-1 foods? Do I need the GLP-1 gummies? Choosing regular yogurt over a branded alternative is not a medical shortcoming. Sometimes the healthiest decision is just refusing to let a marketing campaign redefine your treatment as a shopping list.
So, what's the bottom line here? The words GLP-1 friendly don't automatically make something healthier or worth the extra money.
Exactly. You don't need an entirely new category of groceries because you take one of these medications. What you actually need is food that nourishes you, fits your new appetite, and respects your budget. Food that supports the goals you and your doctor have set.
Sometimes that might come in a fancy branded package, but more often,
More often, in my experience, it arrives as a carton of eggs or that rotisserie chicken, which cost less than a single bottle of something called advanced GLP-1 metabolic recovery fuel. And for the record, the chicken has never once tried to explain my own journey to me. That alone makes it worth considering.
I'll take the chicken every time. And on that note, I wanted to let all of our listeners know we have changed podcast hosting services. If you streamed on Podbean, we are migrating to a new platform called Buzzsprout. Rest assured you will still find us on all the major services like Apple, Spotify, and iHeart, and we always appreciate you leaving us a 5-star rating wherever you stream. So before we wrap for today, I know there are some great products out there for everyone, but what other wise words of advice do you have for our listeners today, Scott?
Thanks, Sarah. And great call out on those of you streaming on Podbean. I'll say this quickly. Some products marketed toward GLP-1 users genuinely help. A convenient shake can rescue a day when a full meal feels impossible. A smaller frozen meal can make sense for a shrunken appetite. A specific supplement may matter when a healthcare provider recommends it directly. But the words GLP-1 friendly do not automatically make a product healthier or more effective. They do not automatically make it worth the extra money either. You need food that nourishes you, fits your appetite, and respects your budget. You need food that supports the goals you have discussed with your own healthcare team. So, on behalf of Sarah, I'm Scott Johnson. Thank you all for tuning in week after week. Remember, sometimes it is a rotisserie chicken that costs less than a single bottle of something called advanced GLP-1 metabolic recovery fuel. For the record, the chicken has never once tried to explain my journey to me. That alone makes it worth considering. Shop smart and always remember to love your journey.